I bear multiple faces, each wearing emotion, and they come in their stages. My mind, it just races with thoughts like, who knows if I should claim that I can surprise this game, or you won't forget my fucking name. But let's go back a page. I was losing my way, began to just fade. Every day was a haze, didn't know the extent of what I can take. It's a series of traumatic events. Can you guess what happened next? I found a way to vent. Music was a way to release all my stress. Being alone, it was my only means to vent. But my peers had a thought in their head. They mocked what got me out of my bed, so I chose to quit it right then. Not long before it became my biggest regret. I'm late to the show and I don't fit in. Maybe it's this view with a different lens, or they haven't seen the horror that I witnessed as a kid. So the hand-me-downs wasn't good enough to be involved in any of the plans. I followed many ridiculous trends just to make the slightest impression, but I turned that into a valuable lesson. Never trust random attention. Most of the time it's to use your affection so they can gain social impression. That's a betrayal, that's an infection. I guess it's about time that I snap. There was always this target on my back, and I always took everyone's lash, and it really bit me in the ass. That I never stood my ground, but you took advantage of the pain of losing my dad. Soon you regret the day you provoked this kid with a dark past. I started somewhat slow, but I changed lanes and I'm moving fast. I'll be damned to let the door you have from a haunting past stop me along my promising path. I'm far past mad. This paranoia drove away any helping hand. I became scared of any advance. I confused it for mocking and laughs. Let me paraphrase, my reality was like a shattered glass. Never would guess I could patch any of the cracks, but this phoenix is about to make a comeback. I'm just stating a simple fact. When I finish this rap, I'm excited to see how those who doubted me react. Many times my future seems so bleak and black. No hope I would have the slightest chance for the kid to sit above more graves than he can keep track. Most of my peers are either dead or caught up in the trap. I hate that stat, still I'm always a target to attack. I'm tired of playing this untouched act. You wanna keep the focus on my past? The worst days you wore a mask, say I'm sorry about your dad. He was really proud of how his little boy turned to this man. They said to reach out if I needed a hand. That got me confused because they hide behind a mask. Take pity on the ones they once buried in the sand. I just don't understand. I do what I can, but I keep being told I'm not worth a damn. In fact, they rather turn their back instead of facing the simple fact that I sacrificed who I was just for a simple laugh, just to get them off my ass. But nothing was enough for their approval stamp. Was it just because I was shy and reserved in class? Kept to myself with the depression silently started to cause a collapse. My brain couldn't maintain how fast to react to that flag. Also became an insomniac, couldn't help but carry my flask. And my nightmares about the torment were in a repetitive flash. For a while I felt my sanity clash with the idea I can do what I plan and my confidence is in lack. In fear I would never be enough to make an impact. But if one kid approached me to say you undid any pain that I had, that would mean that I do have a chance. I'll be there for people who have seen life spit their hand. The ones who never got to prove how tall that they stand. Who saw the world through the broken glass. Was always picked last cause I couldn't run fast or couldn't bench their own mass. I've been there and it's hard to stay on track, but eventually life can be grand. Just watch as I build up this brand. Can't wait to see it make those who doubted me so fucking mad. I'll grow while you slowly hang back and realize what you could have had if you didn't focus on making others feel less. For a meaningless laugh, it just doesn't last. You'll be alone while I sit back and truly relax. And I do what I love just because I can. You dug your own grave, and karma will now deal the hand. I'll call your bluff and I raise a grand. I hope you know the stakes. With my royal flush to your pair of jacks is the end of the game. Oh, how well you played, but I'm here to stay. I got my mark to make. I am Phoenix and know you'll never beat me again. To who I'd rather not name. I know I was just another mistake. At least that's a claim. I knew the feelings were fake, and I gave you my heart just to witness it break. For 2 years straight I've been in this haze. This was a game you would just play. Once you got bored you would walk away, and I feel like I've been betrayed. But I can't believe after all that I gave, I still was a slave to this insane game. Yet I've grown from the pain. You made hell seem like a piece of cake. Do you remember that day where you grabbed the blade and split open your vein in front of the eyes of the son that we made? Restless in his crib he had laid. What a sight you chose to display. Spilled blood to not feel any of the strain. Here's what was on my plate. Working 7 days straight to pay for the food that we ate, just to ensure we had a place to stay. To find you cheated since the very first date. It's for the better that we do part our ways. It's for the better that I do burn this page. It's for the better that you forget my name, and I'll do the same. To who I'd rather not name. I know it was just another mistake. At least that's a claim. I knew the feelings were fake, and I gave you my heart just to witness it break. For 2 years straight I've been in this haze. This was a game you would just play. When she got bored you would walk away, and I feel like I've been betrayed. To who I'd rather not name. I know it was another mistake. At least that was the claim. I knew the feelings were fake, and I gave you my heart just to witness it break. For 2 years straight I've been in this haze. And every time that I would try to fix this, you would sever every one of my stitches. You have no idea on the pain it inflicted. I gave you my heart and you violently kicked it. Ever since then I'm drastically different. Any girl who shows the slightest of interest, I get scared of their intent. And if I decide to invest, would history repeat itself again? Or could I achieve anything other than a broken dream? You began starting rumors that I'm a fiend. Fact is, you were the one fixed on that scene. I was too busy trying to please, too busy giving you a life of ease. I gave up everything to help you breathe. You left me alone with this anxiety, but I owe you a thanks cause you woke the beast.
This is Majestic.
And where do I start this time? It's hard to find meaning behind this complexity that I call a life. You see, once upon a time, I didn't lack the strength to stand up high. I wouldn't just run and hide, but I became shy, way too anxious to fight, always questioning my life. What made me deserve the strife? I tried to be a good friend to everyone in sight, but I was someone to use till they used the supply. Let's take a step back. I started to fend for myself around the age of 9. Had my first day around that same time, and from there my curiosity just climbed. So I tried my first line, and for a while I was sky high. I felt like I could actually fly. Then it's like I crashed and died, and when I thought I put it all behind, I would have another relapse. It's hard to sit back to retract good moments that I did have. Now I wanna snap, ask advice from my dad, but I lost the chance. The cancer came too fast, took his life before I could react. And flash forward 2 years when Donnie had crashed. I didn't even try to act. It seems I'm a rival with time, always moments behind a decision of changing a life. And I'm done with saying goodbye to those I wanted to keep close by, to those who lifted me up high, believed in me no matter what the time. But this dark side of mine leaves me alone to wonder why my addiction follows so closely behind. Now I'm back in the ditches, cleaning dirt out of stitches, repeating bad decisions. I can never shake these demons. These days I don't know what to believe in. My heart's been beaten, broken and bruised. For years I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to prove that I had this talent that's been unused. And I had a passion to pursue. And my music will help people get through any tough time that they've been through. That's been my plan since grade school. I know back then I wasn't the definition of cool, but I never made someone feel less for seeing a different view or thinking the way that they do. If perfect is perception, it must be a mirage that I perceived. Cause I perfected losing sleep, I perfected struggling to breathe, I perfected losing who I wanna be. There's no telling what demons still lie underneath. They perfected losing me. Now I can barely eat, looking at this reflection of a beaten version of me. It's a really hard sight to see. I just want to chase my dreams, but I'm stuck on that old me. And the nightmares make it hard to believe. It's a fight between fear, faith, and belief, but still I stand and I won't be beat. That's a promise that I will keep till my last breath leaves. And they say, Phoenix, rest in peace. It's been a while since the night I let go. I was stuck in a place so scared of getting to know a world without you coming home. In this world that feels so cold. When I lost you I thought that I might just fold. I almost lost control, I'll admit it's taking its toll. My mind couldn't find a place to go. I became a different kind of ghost that left me with these scars to show. Pure pain, seeing you struggle to hold on your own. You were holding on by a fragile rope that made me choke, it's still hard to cope. I'm haunted by the 50-50 chance that you were going to pass. I started acting rash, but I'll always be glad that you were mine, Dad. Truly an amazing man. To be you I planned, I'd be lying to say there wasn't a single day that I didn't stay up and prayed. You went in peace to heaven's gate, but I wish it wasn't you. Death isn't unfair in the people he will choose. Life's a game we all will lose, but does it have to be so soon? Even after he paid all of his dues, I guess that's the rules. It's God's enticing rules, we see beauty until we're bruised. But I dreaded to say goodbye when all you did was try, and I just stole and I lied just to go get high. That's something that will haunt me till the day that I die. I wish I could have made that right. Now I'm left to hide with these demons inside. Will they corrupt my mind and take me for a ride to see the dark of the night? I wish I could have helped with your fight. I need you in my life to show me what is right. I have my wings, but I'm not ready to fly. Believe me, I have tried, but I just fall and I can't seem to glide. I'm alive, but this left a hole inside, so I mostly get high, cause the sober thoughts are eating me inside. From all I witnessed through these blue broken eyes, temptation is the devil in disguise. I believed in the lies, believed my father would be alright. Next thing I know, the doctor asked to let him go or keep him alive. I can't let him suffer when he can't recognize his family right in front of his eyes. But I hope you're looking down on me proud. Honestly, Dad, I think I finally found my calling and my sound. I hope I'm saying this loud and hope you hear me now. I'll do my best not to frown. I just miss you being around, telling me my place will be found. I just need to leave this town, turn kids related lives around. My inspiration is you, Dad. I'll give Eli the life you wanted me to have. I'm close and I'm ready to get back on track. I'm thankful for how much you busted your ass to shape me to this man. I wouldn't replace that for a new chance. You show me I can succeed no matter the task. Tonight to you I'll raise my glass. Your memories will forever get me past the hardships and turn my tears to laughs. I have to say thanks. I'm pursuing this for you, Dad. And every moment we had, I'll carry with me until my finish lap. You were always in my heart, nothing can change that. I'll carry the torch you placed in my hand until the day my last breath escapes. Once my life I wanted to trade, realized it took goodbye to seal my fate. Took goodbye to realize I needed a break. I'll never again lose my way, I aim to aid, and that's the mark that I'll make. And that's the legacy that I claim, and it's all in your name. And I'm grinding, you can't stop me from shining. This mountain that I had been climbing had took many lives with its violence, and it really has a haunting silence. But I keep my head up with defiance. Call me David cause I'm used to swinging at the Goliaths. I can't lie, there had been moments I decided to give up. Other days I feel like I would never be touched, and the tendencies of suicide on a constant loop inside. It's a little unnerving what I come to find. You see, for most of my life, depression quietly crept behind, and the whole damn time, the demon I've been planning out my demise. The question I face is stay or fade to that light. That thought I can't get off my mind. Still I always try to be the good guy. Still some way fuck something up in somebody's eyes. Will I ever find my paradise? Most nights I wake in a panic-stricken state, and my days exhaust me from the anxiety that I tried to evade. But I'm back and I'm grinding, you can't stop me from shining. This mountain that I'd been climbing had took many lives with its violence, and it really has a haunting silence. But I'll keep my head up with defiance. Call me David cause I'm used to swinging at the Goliaths. It started with a single taste, so much of myself that I gave. This became a haze. Many times I faced a lethal weight. I know you had gone through the same, but I never pointed the blame at the one I confidently named my soulmate. But anything I would do or say was taken wrong in various ways. There were sacrifices that I made. I started to change, didn't recognize the man that I became. You couldn't leave the past in the past. The obsession of that caused a promising future to collapse. The shattered reflection I turned to perfection, and I finally found the thing that I crave. Writing was something of my great escape, but when my confidence began to break, it became hard to concentrate on all the things that I thought I perfectly put in place. Now I'm lost in my own headspace. Every now and then I eventually cave, chase that high that hides all the pain, but when sobriety calls out my name, the memories I wish I could erase never really go away. So I'll grab another bottle to break, and then I just fade. But I'm back and I'm grinding. You can't stop me from shining. This mountain that I had been climbing had took many lives with its violence, and it really has a haunting silence. But I'll keep my head up with defiance. Call me David, cause I'm used to swinging at the Goliath. It's hard to think back on what was wrong and what was right. I know that I'll never get and fall for your type, the type that said it's your family or me, so choose wise. Now look who has no blood by your side, know when to call is ride or die. I became so afraid of heights, now look how far I've climbed. I've been through enough, I might make the devil cry. I've been carrying the weight for all my life. Now I became enticed by anything I could find to feel that spark and feel alive. The rush was like I could fly, but the withdrawals made me wish I would die. I'll just do more to feel fine. That was the cycle that I was stuck inside. Couldn't find my exit sign, couldn't escape my own mind. I just wanted to shut my eyes, permanently say goodnight. But when I close them tight, I think of the good in my life. There's gotta be enough from your right. I'll hold on to hope and I'll change my mind that I get by. I don't have it that bad, or do I? I don't have it that bad, or do I? But I'm back and I'm grinding. You can't stop me from shining. This mountain that I had been climbing had took many lives with its violence, and it really has a haunting silence. But I keep my head up with defiance. Call me David cause I'm used to swinging at the Goliath.
And I've been go through hell, caught in a vicious spell, blinded by the light, cross course, stumbled and fell. I'm feeling so alone, I think I'm about to explode. System overload.
Dancing on the beat.
Dear anxiety, you took away everything from my family to the man that I used to be. Your clutch corrupted me. Because of you I was so weak. Is this supposed to be my peak? This isn't all that there can be. You'll be a great man, you'll see. At least that's what my mom and dad told me. Yet the devil was in the front seat, steering me down a dark street, saying death is just dying to meet. I won't accept defeat, even when it's impossible to breathe. I will stand tall on my feet, I will march on to this beat. Just wish you would leave me be. You caused too much pain, you took my light away, but I'll find it someday, that's a promise that I'll make. I can still be saved, I will find my way. It's time I write the next page. These chains aren't the only thing that's about to break. Explain, I need to go back. My mom had it so bad, raised us boys with no cash. It was a real rough patch. I moved in with my dad shortly after I turned 15. Something didn't happen to plan. My ex called saying she was pregnant. I didn't know what to do next. Not long after my son was born, Ash and I had split. That was the moment that I lost my shit. So I curled and I hid. The anxiety then came flooding in, and I couldn't move an inch toward the life that I aspired for my kid. So I gave in to every temptation, began booze and drug chasing. Then my heart started breaking, then I started fainting. Last noise I heard was the ambulance raging. Next thing I know, I awoke to the doctor shock, saying my survival was nothing short of amazing. In the last few years, I felt so low. I was walking a road where no one would seem to show. I can't walk it alone, but where do I go when I'm lost and I'm cold? I fear going on, cause I fear the things unknown, and my sins have been totaled. It seems it's not good though. When I say it hurts, I'm not lying to you. Anxiety will never be a virtue. It ripped apart all that's left from my past events. Mom couldn't believe her baby boy was so depressed. When she thought she caused it, she fell into darkness. But I'll get you out and you'll live in solace, and I'll have my happiness accomplished with a little peace and silence. On every shooting star, I wish I would find my passion and my bliss that raised me to never fucking quit, no matter how impossible my life seems to get. I always do what I can and be a good guy, and then I'm repaid with hard times and goodbyes and heartbreaks and good lies and deceit with cheap wine. I'm just getting started with this list of mine, but it's what fueled me to have my flame reignite. I'm Phoenix and I'm on my rise. Anxiety, you fucked with me for the very last time, and this is where we say goodbye.
I told you to lean into your fear, because you are a warrior, blessed with great gifts to defend the weak. But he couldn't stop the noise. That secret part of you that always felt a little different than everybody else. Part that felt like a weirdo. You don't know shit. Kid, I know you inside out and backwards. You're meticulous, thorough, disciplined, relentless. But you suffer from insomnia. Your mind never lets you sleep. And even when it does, it attacks you with nightmares. I'm talking about those 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody please save me kind of nightmares. And then there's the doubts, and those are the worst. You hate them, and you hate yourself for having them. They make you feel weak. A real soldier doesn't doubt, right? How do you think I know all that?
The noose was loose and I slipped right through. The gun I acquired misfired too. Jammed when I tried to follow through. When I tried to jump, I just stared from the roof. I couldn't move. I think I was enticed by the mistress of death's ruse. But when we got close, I was scared of what she was about to do. I had a life to live, I just had nothing for proof. It remains to be seen if I'll succeed at this dream. If I'll achieve some quiet and peace from the demons residing in me. Most of my life darkness followed closely, but the flame that I lit and carry are pushing that back slowly, and hope is approaching, and I gotta stop it from roaming before I get lost and become the old me. Yeah, I guess my life's a mess, still I try to do my best. I fucking ace that test, I turn my pain to gain. Nonetheless, I fight till I'm breathless, till my heart is beatless. There's no way you can beat Chris, I'm too determined to quit this. I've dreamed about music since I was a kid. That was my father's wish, for me to pursue the shit. No matter how hard it is, I'll keep pushing through it, stick to the music. It's my escape and my movement. Without it, I'd be useless, without a single purpose. And then I would feel so worthless. With music, I feel I can give hope to the hopeless. Shed light on the darkness that's in all the so-called lost causes that's been haunted by all of their problems. So overwhelmed, they struggle to solve them. So they resort to a bottle, maybe some coke and a model. But here's what I do. I pick up a pen and I write true about the things that I've been through, cause I know them a lot like you. I've seen with my own eyes that few. I got lost in it too, but I flipped it around and I made better moves. Now I'm building the family I always wanted and I'm seeing it through. My heart was shattered, yes, but my wife is the adhesive, she's the glue. She made me brand new, said to me that I believe in you. And that was enough motivation to stand here in front of all of you. Another year I managed to remain clean. Another year went week after week without any sleep. Slowly I became weak. See, I'm free from the chems, but the liquors in the freezer getting colder and colder. Guess it's a reminder of how the man in the mirror's doing the same to all he ever had in his corner. And I wondered if I should escalate this even further. Load up my backpack with the hammer cocked back, the same one that misfired when suicide was my plan of attack. Was I really the loner in school I was pegged for? Everyone knew my name and that it was different, but IAmPhoenix is the opposite of the milestone that I'm trying to procure. My kindness was an oversight, they shrugged it off and ignored, cause they saw interest that wasn't like theirs. Yet I understood every single demon that they had to endure. I know loss and no pain, I know bottom of the rocks, but I know what I had to gain. And I fought every demon along the way. Here's how mine chronologically came. Depression came first and insomnia came second. Anxiety was a close third. Then anorexia blocked all the exits and griefs that the charges was ready to blow with one push of a button. Here comes PTSD to unload its weapon on all the attendants. The ringleader's ADHD, and it kept me headed in the wrong direction. The innocence of what I started to build was taken down in a fraction of a second. Then lastly, trauma had left me frozen to watch as slowly but eventually my mind became the rubble. The pieces were all there, but sadly damaged beyond repair, and I felt into despair, unaware of how can I escape when it's my own mental scape that had me locked in these chains. A revelation shows me the key to break free is close by. But if this jail's my design, I walked in the cell, I locked in and waited to see if I'd been sent to hell, or if it had been deemed that I could redeem myself and I would live long and well. With kids and a wife and a home, one we built from nothing but our dreams over the years and the blood, sweat, and tears. If you want something, you shouldn't hold out your hand. If you want something, you shouldn't make the demand. You put in the time and the effort to create your own plan. What others say you should do isn't worth a damn. See, I found my spark and I lit the match. That fire is this passion towards this craft. I don't have what it takes to make it, and I don't have a grit in a game that's so damn dangerous. My life has been battle after battle, and that's just the first few pages. So maybe you don't know the half. I've given up my childhood to cope with the fact life wasn't given any pats on the back. It was up to me to get my train on track. Now I'm here, stronger and ready to attack. I'm busting through the gate, making sure you know my name. IAmPhoenix, and I'm sorry for arriving late. Now that I'm here, I love the priceless look on your face. Shocked that I can spit it this way. Just you wait.
Oh, God.
Should I take a deep faith? Should I take a leap? Taste what a bittersweet. All my life. Let me face my fears. Oh, let me face my fears. I'm almost here. Watch me cry all my tears.
And save me, I'm locked in this cage, being enslaved by the reflection staring me in the face. The anxiety's at a steady pace, I'm screaming, what is this place, what is this rage? I'll spill it all on this page and hope that I can be okay. Please take the pain away, I feel like I am chained by the wrong choices that I made. What the fuck am I to do when I feel the gravity of a black hole? I'm the light that can't escape, so I just accepted that fate.
Lose, don't have nothing to space. This is what I choose. A mile, could you walk in my shoes? All your life.
Let me face my fears. Oh, let me face my fears. Won't be long, I'm almost here. Watch me cry all my tears. And I ain't bent, but I won't break it. I've been abused and pushed to the brink. There's no way to measure the hits that I had to take. And even when death rang on my name, a part of me refused to cave. Resisted all that flame, said no, I can still inspire a change. IAmPhoenix, you should know I'll rise again. These ashes are my birthplace, now it's flame on it and I'm finally awake. Laughing at reflection's face and smash it till not a shard remains. Now it's me that has these scars that never fade. I got a purpose to give hope in even the darkest of days. Take it from the one who's dug his own grave, filled it and dug it again and again. Hope will always remain if you look for the glimmer of the flame. I've tried to call it quits more than once. I don't admit that we're pride, but I gain a will that is so robust that I think facing my fears is must. So I think I'll give that a try. But I leave you all the rust. This Phoenix is about to combust, and I won't be the one that's left in the dust. Let me face my fears. Oh, let me face my fears. Won't be long, I'm almost here. Watch me cry all my tears.